every
Bayhive
album that
Lock-In.
any female artist, probably any male
Just
artist,
listen,
any
press
artist.
play.
The reason we have YouTube, TikTok, Instagram is because of this album. I Am Sasha Fierce, the marketing rollout for I Am Sasha Fierce. Everything revolves around this album. So therefore, and Beyonce knows that. So therefore, everything that you see here is also a result honoring, like, do y'all know who the fuck I am? Like, do y'all know who the fuck I am? Pull up, Beehive. Let's have a chat, all right? So I have this nice little graph in front of me of all Beyonce's album sales. I really want to be very clear about what Beyonce as a black woman has been up against her entire career, okay? Now, in the last video that I posted, if you click on this video or whatever, Beyonce has been up against doubt for so long, all right? Check out her first album, Dangerously in Love, okay? To date, 19.7 million. Columbia did not believe in Beyonce. Beyonce worked with Destiny, it was with Destiny's Child. You know, you would think that, you know, she'd accomplished everything. They did everything. They were successful. No. They had no faith in Beyonce and what she was going to do for their label. They had no faith in Beyonce and what Beyonce was going to do for their label, which is delusional. It's crazy. Then, more doubt, all right? After Beyonce did the album with Destiny's Child, y'all know y'all completely switched up on Beyonce. Like the switch up was so crazy because of Dreamgirls and Effie White and all the switch up was just so crazy. An unforgettable switch up. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce absolutely obliterated and delivered with B-Day. But in Columbia's mind, they was like, oh, B-Day's so black. You know what I'm saying? That's like a really that's a really black album. And they, you know what I'm saying? So, like, mind you, it definitely targets like a different demographic. Beyonce and her team, her father, Matthew Knowles, was like, intentionally, when I Am Sasha first came out, they were like, yo, let's fuck what y'all thought we was about to do on B-Day. We coming to fucking clear every fucking thing, all right? When I say everything, we mean every fucking thing, which is why sonically, I Am Sasha Fierce has a sound that is just so timeless and worldly because, like, that's where we really get to realize that Beyonce is moody as fuck, and she shows us for the rest of her entire career. This is I Am Sasha Fierce is Beyonce telling us exactly who she is, and we have to always remember that this album, I Am Sasha Fierce, changed the whole. It literally. See, we always want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, Beyonce changing the world and stuff like that, but I Am Sasha Fierce is when the industry was like, oh shit, we can't contain this lady. Like is on other shit. She on other shit. Like, people are on that shit, but like, she's on other shit. In I Am Sasha Fierce, Beyonce made a very clear, oh, I'm an R&B singer. I love R&B. I'm a black American woman. However, I love pop music as well. I love country music. I love Americana and folk music. I love soft sounds and soft rock. Those are all genres, you know what I'm saying, that are literally infused into that album. So literally everything that you get after is literally Beyonce paying homage to I Am Sasha Fierce. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, I've taken a long time to explain this, but with this album rollout being so perfect, so flawless, we always have to remember that we must blame MTV for allowing Kanye West to come up in there with that Henny bottle and Amber Rose. We always got to blame Amber Rose for getting that man drunk and not, you know, saying, like, let's get some food or, like, you know what I'm saying, drink some water or something like that, like trying to calm him down. You know what I'm saying? But you always have to remember that this excellent, like, peak excellence is literally why it was a silent blackballing of Beyonce for a whole decade plus, all right? Whole decade plus. Silent Beyonce blackballing, okay? Now, it started with the Kanye thing, but they piggybacked off of that, pushing white supremacy propaganda and white supremacy pop forward, because we always have to remember it's two white girls that we should always like throw tomatoes at. One of them starts with a T, one of them starts with a G. Tomato, 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 tomato. They're white supremacists and they push the narrative of white supremacy pop. Now, also a girl named, whose name starts with a K. Both two people that starts with a K, they all also push white supremacy pop. But it was after the first two intentionally pushed white supremacy pop. And mind you, pop was a dead genre. In the era of what I'm saying, of the 2000s, you know what I'm saying, black people own the 2000s. Black music on the 2000s. Hip hop on the 2000s. All right. After that, the white supremacy infected culture all over again and music, and then payola was reintroduced because they had to push white supremacy narratives. So therefore, everybody's like shit had to get thrown off. Now, I want you all to also take note of. Now, I always say, I've mentioned, if you look at any other videos, whatever, I always say, like, you know what I'm saying, like, the impact that, like, all these institutions want to make sure that they feel powerful. MTV disrespected Beyonce first by even not reading the room that the gaze of white girl pop is not gonna go as far as the gaze of black female pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, the gaze of black female pop is like here. You know what I'm saying? Like, white girl pop is just like, for that bass or whatever. And then like, once you're like actually like, is this really it? You're never gonna say it's actually it because it's never actually gonna be it like that. For that little stunt that MTV pulled in disrespecting Beyonce and just the overall, gaze of, black female pop music and how far it reaches the masses versus, white female pop. But that stunt that they pulled with the awards and then that riled Kanye up to get mad and stuff like that. We have to always remember that that was like a white supremacy power play. That was a power play. And they were definitely like setting up you know, their new whatever. You know what I'm saying? That girl finished her speech from start to finish. She was fucking done. Kanye took the mic after said his statement, and then he gave it back to her if she wanted to finish anything else. If she had anything to add or say, she didn't have nothing to add or say. Them keeping the fucking cameras rolling was so childish of MTV. Also, the fact that the producers then asked Beyonce, you know what I'm saying, to like, if you would consider, letting her have her moment or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's fucked up because it was clearly like when Beyonce's moment was Beyonce's moment, it was Beyonce's moment. And the fact that it's always been this like tied narrative, but you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the moment that happened at the MTV Awards impacted the Grammy voters. And then by the time the Grammy voters came around, they were just sipping all the sympathy juice and the Amber Alerts had been, out and all the Karens had, spiritually grown into their beings in full. And it's almost like, well, damn, shit, white supremacy is loud and real. All because a fucking white girl got her fucking feelings hurt. Because when white supremacy music does not have range, it's never going to have range. That's what they have to realize. It's just for the listeners who are dull enough not to question while they're digesting that bullshit. It's truly just digestible. But the whole act in general of disrespecting Beyonce at an award show with an art like a newer artist whose music doesn't have the exact same impact as theirs, that's fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? MTV did it, the Grammys did it, and then mind you, you know what I'm saying? Like after that, Beyonce took a little hiatus, and you'll notice, you know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce won 6 Grammys at the Grammy Awards, and there are some new heights to go to that or whatever. But that's when it people just started publicizing like, oh, it's the difference between the awards. The awards mean different stuff. Oh, so one is bigger than the other one. Oh, okay, gotcha. You know what I'm saying? So once that happened, you know what I'm saying, then we start seeing Emmy snubs. Then we started noticing Golden Globe snubs. Then we started noticing just a whole bunch of snubs that it's like, this is weird, you know? Especially when it would have been very valid for that to be have been awarded. Like, why when is Once in a Lifetime from Cadillac Records not nominated for an Academy Award? Why is that? Why not? That was weird. And more than anything, why didn't Listen get, and mind you, that happened in 2006, but it was like it was always just weird blackballing against Beyonce from the industry to try to dim the reign of Beyonce's name, to just try to dim it so maybe she would question it and not still like validate who she was. Beyonce never questioned who she was. Thank God. You know what I'm saying? This is an incredible body of work. Incredible body of work. Which is literally like mind you, you can hear I Am Tasha Fierce in every single one of these albums. Every single one of these albums. All right. And in Dangerously in Love and B-Day, well, those are all individual versions of Beyonce. But these are all like, just versions of like Beyonce just unfolding and, just sharing more and truly unveiling herself to us. But this was the era. I Am Sasha Fierce was like beyond deserving of album of the year. And when this is like a clear like visual that it not getting album of the year impacted Beyonce's career. Because mind you, I don't care what anybody say, I Am Sasha Fierce deserved album. This was the first album, mind you. If Beyonce got album of the year for Dangerously in Love, valid. If y'all didn't try to shit on Beyonce right before the B-Day era, Beyonce would have deserved album of the year. Beyonce absolutely deserved album of the year for I Am Tasha Fierce. 4 deserved album of the year. Before y'all know that 4 was intentionally leaked. Intentionally leaked. Intentionally leaked. Beyonce literally was banned from Target. Targets nation. Let's just say nationwide. U.S. Targets would not sell Beyonce's album, self-titled album. Lemonade was only released via Tidal in physical CD form. Renaissance, was given like everywhere, but then you also have to remember that that was after the hate campaign of all 3 of these, also paired with Khalees shitting on Beyonce days before, and just the fact that y'all like hate Beyonce anyway. Then we got Cowboy Carter, and the fact that y'all will never ever ever allow Beyonce to, and it's so important for black people to play the victim, but just to be like, yo, like that shit was fucked up, and I'm gonna be reactionary and express this, and also pay honor to, how musically inclined I am. I love fucking American music. Beyonce is very, very, very American. Please understand, Beehive, that when Beyonce says only the radio can play her on Heated, that's what she meant. You know what I'm saying? Why was Love on Top number one? Beyond 4 is filled with number 1 songs. Y'all jumped for joy when Run the World wasn't number 1 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all jumped for joy, but every other song in Run the World is an incredible song. Every song on 4 is a fucking number 1 hit. Every song on Beyonce is a number 1 hit. Why is No Angel not number 1? Flawless the original is a global number 1 song. Every single Blow was diamond. Nobody can tell me Blow is not diamond. Lemonade, every single song front to back is absolutely incredible. Renaissance, obviously absolutely incredible. Cowboy Carter is 22 songs that are absolutely 10 out of 10 bangers. 10 out of 10 bangers. But they blackball Beyonce. So before I leave, I kind of want to do a little timeline review and just explain to everybody that nobody has had an 8-album run like this, okay? Nobody has had an 8-album run like this. And also we must remember that Beyonce started her solo career owning her masters, okay? The end of Columbia, now mind you, okay, that's where I kind of understand it and I don't understand. But Columbia be playing Beyonce because Beyonce owns her masters. You know what I'm saying? You can obviously push somebody, and the industry can push whoever they want to push with love and all this stuff like that. When a person owns their masters, it's like, okay, well, like, I mean, they gonna get all the cash on this. You know what I'm saying? Well, like, if they're always presenting you the deals that you can get on, uh, 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 that's a bother. Beyonce is a bother to the industry. You know what I'm saying? So Beyonce came in with Dangerously in Love, owning her masters. Okay, owning her masters. She has a song of the century, five number one songs, the whole album top to bottom, 10 out of 10. It's a hit, absolutely incredible. Top vocalist in the whole entire world. All the acclaim, performing everywhere. Everything's incredible. Nobody could ever give you a first album rollout like Beyonce did. She literally set the pop standard of a pop superstar, a pop vocalist, what it means to have it all, triple threat. Beyonce did all those things. When Beyonce came back with B Day, an album that she self produced, once again, she funded this herself. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Dad didn't even know. The label didn't even know. How they gonna push? And mind you, you gotta wonder why. Why is B Day so under awarded? But it's an incredible. But it's like literally like anybody will tell you like this is one of the most incredible sonic from start to finish bodies of work that you will ever hear ever. B Day. But why is it so under awarded? Because Columbia felt like, damn, we can't get in on that piece of the pie. We can't get in on that. Damn, Beyonce, that's fucked up. That's how they felt. Felt like she blindsided them. And then Beyonce came with the double disc, black and white visuals. Two diamond singles straight out the gate. The first two singles, diamond. They was diamond from the first time y'all heard them. You know what I'm saying? Literally every single song on I Am Sasha Fierce is diamond. I don't care what anybody say. All these are all diamond singles, all diamond singles, all diamond singles. You know what I'm saying? Before four came out, four was leaked, intentionally leaked 3 weeks before the album came out. The album still went number one, but that was like, mind you, I told you they were piggybacking off of the moment, off of that moment. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, okay, we can, kind of, pluck the cloth at Beyonce. We don't have no dirt on Beyonce. We don't have no dirt on Beyonce. So to get dirt on this girl and try to bring her down or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We'll just take this moment and we'll just spread it out and drag it out and just drag it out. You know, four was leaked. You know what I'm saying? The Billboard wasn't pushing Run the World because Run the World was also, so the whole album was leaked. Nobody knew what to do. When four was leaked, nobody knew what to do. Every radio DJ in the world had access to Beyonce's music. But do you play the music or do you not play the music? Do you play the music on the radio or do you not play the music? That's where radio started fucking with Beyonce. That's literally where the blackballing of Beyonce began when four was leaked. It started. They started fucking with her at the end of I Am Sasha Fierce, but when four was leaked, like, man, like it's just like radio's like, okay, well, we don't know what to do, so they wasn't playing it. Mind you, every single song on four is perfect for radio. You can literally infuse that on pop radio and people gonna be snapping. You know what I'm saying? Countdown, you can't stop. Love on Top, you can't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like Rather Die Young, Start Over. All these are very easy listening, just like beautiful songs to just naturally listen. I Miss You. I Care. Like, all these are perfectly listenable songs, but Billboard was fucking with Beyonce. And it's very interesting how Billboard want to release all this information, all these stats and all this acclaim now. But y'all fuck with this girl for a fucking decade. So now y'all like, okay, well, like, great job. You withstood the pressure and blah 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 blah. But that's why I have to be the person to give y'all this like timeline because it's like nobody else. I don't know why people don't say this, but this is a really fucked up timeline of them fucking with Beyonce and bullying Beyonce on purpose and using white supremacy media tactics to literally try to illegitimize Beyonce's queen status. And it's just like you cannot do it. It's impossible. You cannot do it. So just please stop and leave this. Let this lady be excellent. Just allow the excellence to free flow and stop the hate. But the blackballing that was happening after Four was leaked with the radio shit. So mind you, like I said, they wasn't fucking with her radio wise. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, Beyonce ended this album pregnant, then put a little cherry on top with a Super Bowl performance that's literally, you know what I'm saying, one of the most iconic Super Bowl performances of all time. Still ungrateful. Why they ungrateful? Because Beyonce owns her masters. Okay? Now, Beyonce is a mother, living her life, but she's working. You know what I'm saying? So when Beyonce comes out, Beyonce's fucking terrified. I don't care what nobody says. Beyonce was fucking terrified after Four was leaked. So Tidal was intentionally made. I don't care what nobody say. Tidal was being made around this time too, so that Beyonce could release music on her own platforms, music platforms. Beyonce wanted a music platform so she could release her music to her fans first and foremost, so they could not try to botch her numbers or hate on her numbers or try to illegitimize her numbers. All right. So Beyonce was like, okay, well, like, fuck the build up because if I do a big dramatic rollout, somebody's gonna try to spark and take my shit. Then they're gonna try to spark some controversy or whatever. Remember, yeah, like Instagram pictures, the national anthem. Somebody like went out of their way to say that she lip sang the national anthem. Just a whole bunch of really weird stuff was happening around this era. The silent blackballing of Beyonce. So I'm just gonna release this shit on my own. Beyonce released it on her own. It's like, you know what? Y'all fucking tried to had the audacity to say I fucking faked my pregnancy. The audacity, y'all motherfuckers, I faked my pregnancy. Like, fuck y'all. I'm not talking to y'all hoes. I'm gonna give y'all personal one-on-one interviews between me and my fans, and we gonna talk and I'm gonna chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce is literally like, oh, we just can't ever, like, mind you, when Lemonade comes out, nobody believed that Beyonce was cheated on. Nobody, mind you, we saw something occur. Y'all like just love the rumor and love the fanfare of the chaotic moment. But when Beyonce tells y'all the truth, y'all running scared and y'all don't want to believe it. How weird is that? And mind you, once again, Beyonce gives you music that is listenable. Pray You Catch Me is the most incredible album open. I mean, I like every single the Beyonce album openers is just like, mind you, like, whew, golly. But Pray You Catch Me is so incredibly beautiful. Like, just like, wow. Hold Up. Like the whole album start to finish, whole album start to finish, start to finish, start to finish, start to finish. Lemonade is just that album. You know what I'm saying? Then what the fuck? We got Renaissance. You know what I'm saying? But we have to remember that Beyonce controlled keeping her like being unbothered by removing herself from the narrative because they literally were never ever ever gonna allow Beyonce to like rest. You know what I'm saying? So Renaissance, she was like, okay, I'm gonna do this on my own. Obviously, I'm paying for every fucking thing. Remember that Beyonce paid for all her fucking tours. She paid for her first tour, second tour, third tour. Her fourth tour was sponsored by Pepsi, thank goodness. Um, Formation was sponsored by like Chase or something, I feel like. And she did the Renaissance tour on her own. That was literally the picture that y'all saw for the Renaissance tour, literally sold the whole entire tour on its own. You know what I'm saying? So Beyonce is the reason why Beyonce is still here. And last but not least, I cannot forget to mention that these numbers here, Dangerously in Love, B-Day, I Am Sasha Fierce, are before the streaming era. Those are pure sales, okay? We must always remember, one, Beyonce owns her masters. Two, Streaming is 17 years old. Just this year, it'll be 17 years old, all right? Now, streaming came right around 4. Remember, Beyonce's album was leaked. For Beyonce, Target globally says that we're not selling Beyonce's album. So because of the fact that she released her album on streaming platforms only, Beyonce was the first artist to do that. She released her album on streaming platforms only, and they said, "Oh hell no, she got us fucked up." Blackballing. Lemonade was literally only released. It was a title exclusive release, as I said, to save Beyonce, because it's just like, I can't trust these. I know what I do. I know what I produce. I cannot trust these hoes because I know these hoes are against me and they are just haters. So I got to control this narrative on my own. And Tidal, I really believe that Tidal was like, the initial act of Tidal was to cleanse the industry, because the industry doesn't really know what streaming is. They think they know what streaming is, but they don't really have an idea of what streaming is and how to like really clock and control where the money around streaming goes. So they just they're faking it right now, and they're still faking it. And realistically, I think a lot of us, like Beehive, we know that if Tidal released numbers the same way that Spotify did, and just just like filtered it all and just brainwashed us with weekly numbers and stats, Beyonce would obliterate everybody. Everybody. And I'll be wondering when these certifications come out, I'll be thinking to myself, like, do these include Tidal stats? Because I have Tidal, and I only have Tidal for Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? So I just be wondering. And, we always have to remember, so like, Lemonade was a Tidal exclusive, was not on Spotify for 3 years. Was only available Apple Music, but it was like a real search find. You know what I'm saying? But obviously did great numbers nonetheless. And Renaissance Cowboy Carter are different, and they're, as of obviously like recent projects. But Beyonce is completely responsible for her success, her longevity. The industry been after Columbia did not believe in Beyonce because of the fact that they already felt like she came in shiesty, owning her masters. You know what I'm saying? So that already like gave them like a weird vibe. So I mean, they couldn't deny her because they knew that she was a cash cow. She was gonna produce. Beyonce is a plant. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna produce. But they also knew that, like, okay, well, she's gonna get the biggest cut, so that doesn't really work for us. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce controlled her star power. I mean, the Beehive, we helped and everything like that as well. And she made sure to control the fact that regardless of whatever narrative they were going to try to paint around her projects, she was going to make her projects bigger than life. You know what I'm saying? Like, mind you, okay, so Dangerously in Love, Beyonce paid for that tour. B-Day is Beyonce's first visual album. I Ain't Touch Your Fierce is like a visual album as well, practically like a visual album. 4 had good amount of music videos, but it had so much like documentary like footage of like behind the scenes footage. You know what I'm saying? Which is like impeccable. Beyonce is a visual album. Lemonade is a fucking film. And we also have to honorably mention Black is King, because Black is King, man, I just feel like, man, special place in my heart. What a beautiful fucking project. Thank you so much, Beyonce, for that project. It was so incredible. But Beyonce has done like unimaginable things to contribute the excellence of her work and her standard and the stamp that she puts on in pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just nobody. It's just like, no, doesn't even like. And mind you, you know what I'm saying? We are like naturally gonna be in limbo for, you know what I'm saying, what's to come from Renaissance and Cowboy Carter and stuff like that. Mind you, we always have to remember that. You know what I'm saying? That Renaissance tour, Beyonce paid that whole fucking tour. That Beyonce paid for that tour. But you want to know something? The motherfucking the picture sold that tour. Them seats were sold out because of that fucking picture. Thank Beyonce. Because nobody, like, mind you, the industry has like went after people and made them like just like they just like got them, and they be on Beyonce, but Beyonce is responsible for Beyonce's happiness. She's responsible for her success because, like, mind you, who y'all know who would have got through that? Everything I just said, if you've made it this far, everything that I said in this video, who do y'all know who would have made it that far after all these sneak disses that they intentionally did against this woman? Sneak disses left and right. And mind you, the radio still stay trying to play Beyonce every single song. And mind you, this is why I say this, that Beyonce is the soundtrack of our lives, because every single song from every single one of these albums, anytime they hold a significant place in time, in the year, in just the moment of whatever year that they came out, and especially, the awakening that happened during For, Beyonce, and Lemonade is something that y'all don't even get it right now. Y'all don't even understand the awakening that Beyonce experienced in front of the whole entire world on the world stage. Beyonce experienced her woke awakening in front of the whole entire world, and it was documented musically. It was documented musically. That's also the reason for a musical indirect decline. If anybody ever wants to look at this and be like, oh, it's a musical decline, what's the gap right there? Beyonce's free. She's a free artist. She can do whatever she wants to do, and she expressed herself freely in a racist nation, a racist American nation. She's a proud Black American woman, but she's fully aware this was the height of American culture. Beyonce made it cool to be an American. American culture was at the height globally. Globally. When white people ruined American culture, they just ruined everything. They ruined everything. They ruined everything. Hasn't been the same since. And mind you, that literally you can musically hear, you know what I'm saying, like the change that was going on in the universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, a black person being like, damn, like, yo, this world is so fucked up. Like, all this shit is like unnecessary. Like, I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna excel in doing me and being awesome and excellent in my own thing. And, you know what I'm saying, also understand that I have to, like, appreciate and, like, celebrate me, like, heavy on the celebrate me. You know what I'm saying? And also, like, stay centered and, like, make sure that I'm working on me and building up myself beyond anything that aligns itself with white validation. This was in this whole Beyonce's musical journey is like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? I can give you, if y'all want somebody to check boxes and give y'all white validation, oh, I got you. I could do that. I could obliterate everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I can obliterate everybody. You know what I'm saying? And give y'all everything that y'all want. If you want to check boxes with white validation, I could give you all of that. But you got me fucked up. I'm going to show you got me fucked up. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do, and I'm going to still win and obliterate everything, even while being completely fucking free. Beyonce is free and the boldest woman on earth. The boldest woman on earth. And the industry knows that. And they might applaud it. But I applaud it. Beyonce is fucking phenomenal. Nobody has an 8 album. Mind you, Beyonce got like 15, 16, something like that albums for real, album run. But Beyonce is the musical artist of the generation, the century. Like, Beyonce is everything. She's it. Absolutely incredible. This is a feat. Because she had all the odds against her from day one. And mind you, on top of all the hate from the black community that white media probably wasn't even aware that Beyonce had against her, and to still execute all of this, whoo, that's queen shit.